Well, hello ladies and gentlemen, and before I get on with today's video, I need to ask you guys and gals a special favor. Whenever you're watching one of my videos and the adverts start to appear, yes, they could be cringe adverts, hopefully they're gaming related, make sure you make the ad play out because I get paid, and I got paid today by YouTube, and while it wasn't great, I was still grateful that I got paid something so I can, keep the hair coiffed, keep my clothes on. I don't know why I grabbed my boobies, but that's something I like to do because I like grabbing boobies. Well, especially my own, and I'll only grab a woman's boobies if she gives me absolute permission to do so. Now today folks, the video is different to the one I was planning to film. That's going to take a while to cobble together, and you'll see by hopefully Friday, but you'll understand exactly why it took a while to get there. But Smash JT, I wouldn't call this guy my friend, but I would certainly call him an ally, dropped an amazing bombshell today. What is it? Well, wait for the opening titles.
The following program contains naughty bits. But before each naughty bit comes on the screen, you'll hear this warning sound. Woke! Woke! Hotter than this. And more exciting than this.
That is outrageous.
Sexualised her completely, basically.
That's so not on.
Thames Television brings you
Cum on your face cleanses you of wokeness.
So here we go folks, Smash JT, like I said, dropped an amazing bombshell today. So somebody who works at Firewalk Studios got in touch with him anonymously. Obviously the person didn't want to give away their gender, but they spill the beans on one of the main head honchos of that particular studio called Lisa Brown. So far, so good, right? And then you look at the picture right here, and yes, you can't call her Lisa, you can't call her Ms. Brown or Mrs. Brown like the Billy Connolly movie with Judi Dench, no less. No, you've got to call this she person with the massive forehead and the shaven side. Or actually, is it shaven? Yeah, it is. This is who develops your video games, folks. When you see this person's resume, I was actually quite shocked what games and game developers they were involved with. She was involved with. You see, you've almost got me doing it now. But yes, you must call her Professor. As you can see, their Twitter page is locked, it's protected, so if you're a verified follower, you can go ahead. But the reason why I bring this person up, and of course now, you can see they produced one of my favorite games of all time, Sunset Overdrive, for the Xbox only, which was a shame. I think that's what killed that game and why we never got a sequel in the end. What a shame. Oh, she's a they, them. There you go. Well, you can't escape a biography, can you, on Twitter X without putting in some kind of weird pronoun. But this gets more weirder, folks. And again, thank you, Smash JT, for bringing this to light. Oh my God, it's so incredible. And when you go through Lisa Brown's extensive, shall we say, role-playing role as the Professore. Yeah, that's what, I'm surprised you don't call her that. So what this person, this employee at Firewalk Studio had dropped to Smash JT was that the professor here, in some of the strangest clothes I've ever seen in my life. I mean, let's face it, she wasn't exactly destined to be on the beauty pageant, was she? So apparently she demands that her fellow colleagues address her as Professor. Now, Lisa, can you just come here for a second, please? Yeah, just a little bit closer. That's right. That was a playful slap, by the way. That's nothing malicious. It's just a cartoonish, animated, crazy slap. Now, why do I do that, you may ask yourself? Because Does Lisa Brown think she's Daniel Day-Lewis, one of the greatest actors of that generation? Because if you know anything about Mr. Day-Lewis, whenever he inhabited a role, you'd have to call him by that name. So when he was Abe Lincoln, you had to call him Mr. Lincoln, or 3 bags full, sir, Mr. Lincoln. So does Lisa Brown think that she's the female equivalent of Daniel Day-Lewis, a man who's won an Oscar for every role he's played since the time he started to win an Oscar, I think from My Left Foot onward? So no, Lisa, you're not. You're a game developer and you should probably stay as that. But unless she's going through some mental morphosis, it's bizarre that she's a... I mean, look, her biog, her name, her handle. But look, her handle on Twitter X is the Professori. So it's not too hard to stretch the imagination that she would actually walk around her studios. She's almost like the female, well, I mean, she is a female, allegedly. She's a they, them, so who knows?
Professori,
I mean, in some ways, she's almost very similar to Mr. Beast's assistant, Chris/Ava. I won't discuss that right here because if you check that person out, oh my God, depraved, sick, disgusting, and any other kind of vile word or attributes I can throw at them, I certainly will. But yeah, look it up. That's pretty disgusting stuff, actually. And no, I'm not saying Lisa Brown is to that extent. I'm just saying she woke up one morning and thought, hey, you know what? There's that halo shining down on me because I also worked at Bungie, and now I'm going to be a he, him, or a they, there. Good God, jeez. I have some nutcases I deal with at work already. Yeah, in my current job, I have to deal with nutcases, not to that level where they've got pronouns, but they think they know more than I do. And actually, they don't, because I like to find a hack or a solution to make life so much easier. And over at the official Firewalk studios themselves, what about their culture? They're building a world-class next-generation game studio where people come first.
I'm gonna come.
We believe in building a more sustainable approach to game development. For us, setting a high-quality bar, not bra, creating something extraordinary, and treating each other with trust, respect that goes hand in hand. Oh my God. As part of PlayStation Studios, that should be Playgation Studios, we are able to focus on what we do best, making exceptional games. And you came out with Concord. It's not just our goal to create industry-leading game experiences, but also provide a well-resourced environment that enables our talent to build long-term careers within Firewalk. That's a bit of a bold statement, actually, considering how unstable at the moment the video games industry is, where you don't know if one studio is going to survive long enough before it gets buried under the rubble. And as we go on further, folks, Wurtle.com, which is where the Professori resides at, hence her title of Wurtle or at Wurtle. And even look, games I worked on, unannounced, yeah. If you get on Bungie, Destiny 2, and then under my former name. So that's a little bit strange. So under her former name, she's worked on these titles right here. So we're not even disputing the fact that Ms. Lisa Brown hasn't got any experience. She does. Tons of it. But when you hear about the allegations, and these are allegations which apparently Smash JT is satisfied with the information he has received from this anonymous insider at Firewalk Studios. The reason why I'm making this video basically is to signal boost it, because I feel not enough people will actually do that. So yeah, call me a grifter, call me a farmer, but then again, if I am a farmer, well, yeah, I'll make sure my wife is incredibly hot, and I'll make sure she hails those barrels of hay day to day. But yeah, let's have a look at this quick excerpt here and see what Lisa Brown says.
The accountability made us more efficient.
Basically, if you can put yourself in a consistent position of having performance pressure to a trusted audience, that anxiety can be leveraged as a tool to shape your design process and make you more efficient.
So when you talk about performance pressure, Lisa, are you focusing that mindset on your current team of developers at Firewalk Studios? Is that what you're doing? Is it true that you sit there on your throne where you fart constantly and say to everybody and anybody, if you don't call me professor, I'm firing you? And I will talk about that towards the end of this video, folks. But yes, allegedly, she's actually said all of this stuff. And yes, this is the Firewalk Studio game, folks. Concord is what you came here for, because you remember at Firewalk Studios, people come first. Look at this ratio. It's absolutely glorious. 582 downvotes, 110 upvotes. Just look at these characters. We were all dying to play in Concord.
On my mark.
He looks a bit like Thomas Jane.
Why not?
So look at the warden, she, her, and actually, what was his pronouns? Come on. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, he, him. I thought for a minute we were going to get away there, but sadly not.
Fine. Too bad.
Got you.
And I got you. Wow, look at that. Oh, wow, look at the nose piercing right between the eyes. Holy shit, the blue lipstick. My God, I want to drop my controller and stop playing the First Descendant. I just want to play this character instead, because she got me, yo. She got me right in the feels. Oh my God, she represents me. Because I don't weigh 250 pounds and wear a green outfit to work every day, do I?
Oh, hi.
He, him. For a fucking robot.
Turkey burgers.
Oh, turkey burgers. Are we having homosexuals over for dinner tonight?
Professor Lisa Brown, professory, that's what you want to call yourself. Have you earned that title? To be a professor, you have to go through several degrees to earn it. I certainly haven't. But you know what pronoun I like to go by every day I wake up? See you next Tuesday. That's correct, because I like to think I'm one, I act like one when necessary, and I usually get my own way. But it's very interesting, isn't it, how all of this has manifested. It's quite terrible. I mean, if these stories are purported to be true, I'd have no reason to disregard or disparage anything Smash JT says, because quite clearly the man has done his research. And isn't it funny that we're talking about this, but people like Jason Schreier or Jake Baldino, maybe ACG, they're the far bigger Yongye. They're all the bigger game channels out there, gaming channels on YouTube, but they won't discuss these type of stories, which is fine as far as I'm concerned, because let them do their stuff they've been doing for years on end. It's tired, it's stale, nobody cares. But what's great for people like me, Smash JT, Grizzly, or Grizzy I should say, all those other people, we're just living off this because it's great. We're the other side of common sense, aren't we, folks? Because common sense apparently is a terrible thing to behold. So I'm kind of glad in some ways that we're getting to talk about this. You guys and girls are chiming in on the conversations. Is great. I can't wait to see what Smash JT further reveals about this professor. It's interesting because I reckon maybe the next couple of months or less, Firewalk Studios will probably close down because of, well, mismanagement. When I hear stories about HR, how they're left-leaning, how they take the side of Lisa Brown and support her pronouns, you got to call me he, they, and if you don't call me, you're getting fired. Now, from a legal mindset point of view, I don't know if you can get sued for that. I mean, possibly you could. If you feel like you're under duress or you get work-related stress because you feel terrified of going to the office to do the one thing you love, which is developing video games, but you're worried that the female professor is looking over your shoulders like some demon seed and says, I need to put the echo on again. Are you going to call me Professor? Are you going to touch my feet? Oh, you are? Good, well, you get to keep your job for another day. I was getting into that performance a little bit too much, actually. And if Daniel Day-Lewis's agent's watching, give us a tinkle, you saucy little moo. And on that one, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed today's video, leave a like below, smash that subscribe button. And if I were you, and if you were me, you should come back for the next video. But if you got pronouns, can you just leave them behind in the shit-stained carpet in the corner of your room and then come by and say hello? That'd be great. Thank you so much. I really do truly appreciate that.
You got talent. I can see that.
Sir, which one of these sex burgers do you find sexiest?
Let me see here. Oh yeah.